1, start.
Hello people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for Battle of the North. Back again, another episode. Everybody in the house, full house. Daps had a couple drinks, so just be ready for that. Do you know what I mean? Daps had a couple drinks. He's out in Madrid. Big up for joining us and making it, because you're basically on holiday here.
And just to be clear, I've messaged Matisse earlier and said I don't want to disrespect your channel. I might be in a bad way, so people, if I slur, don't blame me. Apologies if you don't like people that drink, but yes, I am away. It's a holiday, it's a trip, and I haven't slept for a while.
The boys are on a madness. But let's start off with Flawless. Flawless, Mr. Take Note, Sarcasm City TV. Could be in some big trouble. How are you doing, brother?
I'm blessed, man. As always. Minus you, I'm pointing out that we could be in big trouble. Yeah, man, I'm all good. Always good to be here. Man loves Battle of the North as well. Shouts to you, Matisse, for having man. Big up Husam as always. Big up Daps as always. Well, and yo, genuinely look forward to the show all the time. Like, I love this show, man.
Everybody, I can see people just licking their lips, looking forward to cut into this meal, dissect this situation we have in the Premier League. So we're gonna get into it in a minute.
We definitely gonna get into it.
This is football, yeah. This is football heritage. Don Husam, you better be running them spaces. Talk to me, brother. How are you doing today?
Big up to my co-pilots running the space right now. Big up to them. Speaking of dissecting, this is the perfect show for me to dissect a whole lot of stuff. You know, dissecting is well known in London University, right next to West Ham Stadium. So we're going to be doing a whole lot of dissecting today. We're going to be speaking on the atrocities that Manchester United have committed against football. So I'm happy to be here. You know, I can tell Flawless's pain behind the smile, but hey, I'm happy to be here as well. It is a show I look forward to all the time. See how I didn't interrupt your intro? Did I interrupt
because you spoke about me. You know what I'm saying? As always, you know what I'm saying? You
fine,
always got to talk about me.
Speak about you.
No, but if you talk about me, I'm going to respond.
Yeah, but that gives you more airtime. Now people go subscribe.
I'm going to respond in it. Yeah, 100%. Like, if you don't see that, people already,
sure
before we even get into the show.
City TV, man.
Facts,
Big up.
you know what I'm saying? 100%. Make sure you subscribe to Husam's channel as well. But I live in his man's head rent-free, you know. Intro and you mentioning me, but we move. Go on, sorry. Apologies, Matisse and Daps.
I love the way it's already kicked off. I can't lie.
This is what I need.
Never a foul, 2-footed tackles. My brother Daps, talk to me. How are you feeling? Probably a silly question.
I'm not feeling great. But I was trying to work out what the talking points were going to be. And I've just been reminded. Husam, this is your show, bro. Over to you.
Damn.
I know what you want to do. Listen, I've got bigger fish to fry, as some might say. So I'll leave this one to you.
Damn.
Oh, no. Don't pull the Arsenal card, please.
Actually, let me say, if I want to tee it up, go on. Oh, he's knocked his camera.
If I want to, that's just the worst part. You know, Matisse is gonna use that against you as well. You know him.
No, I won't, because I have confidence that they're gonna handle their business. I won't.
We got inflatable sharks.
You guys, I know. I can see it on your stories. You guys have got inflatable sharks all over Madrid, just running amok, a parade. After what happened at the weekend at St. James's, there is a bit of hope, it seems, in the hearts of the Gunners. But it's squeaky bum time for Manchester United. It's squeaky bum time for Manchester United. And I'm going to lay up Husam in a minute for God knows what he's gonna do to this Manchester United team in this segment. But I need to talk about and lay it up in terms of the fact that you guys are only 1 point ahead, with a game in hand, with no European football because of obviously the early exit, Flawless. And are you worried about the situation? Because I'm sure you expected to beat West Ham. I know you have a bad away record. You lost to Brighton. But to follow that up with a defeat against West Ham, it's not looking good, bro. I'm not going to lie.
No, not recently. Yeah, you're right. I did expect to beat West Ham. To answer your question, am I worried? No, I'm still not worried. Because 3 of the 4 games we have are at home. if 3 of the 4 games were away from home, even 3 of the 4 away. If 3 of the 4 games were away from home against top sides, then I'd be much more concerned because our away record overall is not that bad. We have the 5th best away record in the league. It's just that against the top sides, it's been poor. Did I expect to beat West Ham? Yes. Did I also expect to get something from Brighton? Yes. Not necessarily a win, but I expect to go there and get defeated. But yeah, overall with top four, which sorry, there's some echo.
Stops. Go on, Karen.
All right, no stress. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm not concerned. I'm not worried about top 4 simply because 3 of the 4 games are at home, despite our poor recent run of form. Because our performances, I've said it before on the show, week in, week out, even when we've won, why I've been critical of our team, because performances eventually catch up with you. And when 2 of your better players are missing, and then the rest of your better players are not performing, i.e. Casemiro, Eriksen, Rashford, pardon me, you see what becomes and what happens in regards to our performances. That's why I don't really, people try to get onto, people are asking me about Ten Hag and saying, oh, the lineup this and substitutions that. And I'm like, all right, hit me with what he should have done. People are like, he should have played Sancho, the same guy that's been slandered all season. Or he should be playing Martial, the same guy that you lot have been slandering all season. Or he should have played Fred, the same guy that you lot have been slandering for years. And all them players are not good enough. So it's like, that's how I'm looking at it. But in regards to being concerned, no. In regards to the game against West Ham, it was our error. Like, were we good in that game? Absolutely not. That De Gea error is terrible. That's unforgivable. But it's only when he does things like this, people realize why me and others are critical and say we need to move him on. Because it wasn't even just to save. Like, obviously that's bad. I'm talking about his command in the box, coming for crosses.
He doesn't do
twice.
That. That's
my thing is there was twice the Antonio goal that was ruled out, and then there was another one. We all know, like I said, his biggest issue is distributing the ball, but he's also not good at sweeper keeping. He's also not good at commanding his box, coming for crosses. You're 6 foot plus. These are concerns I've had. The only thing he excels at is shot stopping. And we've seen that obviously against West Ham. That's a terrible mistake. In regards to the rest of the team, Casemiro's form hasn't been good as of late. Eriksen's form's not been good as of late. Rashford's dropped off. And because those 3 have dropped off so dramatically, this is why we're now struggling, because we don't have much more outside of that. Rashford hit the post, Anthony hit the post, but outside of that, there isn't much more else. Yeah, go on.
On Weghorst though versus Martial. Martial, when I've seen him, he's poles apart from Weghorst. So why leave Martial on the bench and start Weghorst? Is that due to fitness? Like, because for me, Weghorst is almost like a deficit at this point in that team. Like he's clearly not up to the level. So why randomly just start him like this? We've seen so many other options coming ahead of him over even Sabitzer. I've seen him play as a second striker and get a couple of goals. Why Weghorst?
Yeah, because Weghorst didn't play as an actual 9 in that game against West Ham. This is why I don't like, and I say this all the time. People will say Weghorst is the worst player, not necessarily you, but like United fans, and then criticize him the most. No, get at our better players. The reason why Weghorst is playing, yes, Martial is a better player than Weghorst, but my guy just said it. It's different levels of mid. Martial has not performed, and I'm a big fan of Martial. Super talented. When's the last time he had a good game for United? He's not played well. So therefore, to me, it doesn't make much of a difference. If we play Martial in that game, it goes the same way. If we play Sancho in that game, it goes the same way. Because when them players got on the pitch, what did they do? Martial missed the header from about 3 yards out, the short corner from Bruno, and the 1-2 he had with Rashford as well. So yeah, people can complain and say, "Oh, Weghorst shouldn't be playing," but the whole is a deficit. They're all deficits. They're all negatives. Nobody's a plus point at this point.
I would say Martial was good against Nottingham Forest, but I get it. It's
Nottingham Forest, but again, Nottingham Forest was a good overall team performance. That's arguably our best away performance in the Premier League. Forget result, performance-wise is probably the best. It wasn't just Martial. Everybody was good collectively. But what it is, Martial's only going to play well when the team plays well. Like, I hear it, Martial over Weghorst, of course, but my problem is with that is that they are the 2 options, because neither of them are up to the mark, obviously in fitness as well. But Martial's not played well. He's not put 2 good games back to back. And it's not just that Martial. I could pick out any one player. This is why I'm not hearing any defense of any of these players. I'm hearing no defense. How many times have I said on this very show on a Monday, I will push the vast majority of these players off a cliff? Hypothetically, people, not literally, because they're not good enough.
But so why do you trust in? I guess why do you trust in them to get over the line? Because
of the home.
I said on here, this top 4 race is done. This top 4, I said on multiple platforms, you man are gonna make me look stupid. You man are gonna make me look so stupid if you don't get this. I said on multiple platforms, top 4's done. The games Man United have in hand, yes, they can be a bit more pragmatic at times, but they'll get the job done. They'll collect the points they have to collect. The team has been a lot more serious in most senses outside of the Europa League this season. You're in both cup finals domestically. And now I'm seeing this drop off, and you do, luckily for you guys, have 3 out of the 4 games at home, because if they were away, this Liverpool look like they're not planning on dropping any points. So I don't know.
And adding that as well, why I'm so confident. 1, because I'm a United fan, you know what I'm saying? So of course that's there. I'm a United fan at the end of the day. 2, because 3 of the 4 games are at home, and 3, the teams we're playing as well. We're not playing teams. If we were playing teams at the top end, fighting for stuff, or we were playing teams at the bottom end trying to survive, I'd be like, all right, but we got Fulham, we got Chelsea, we got Wolves, and Bournemouth look safe. So all 4 of them. So that's what it is.
Fulham, mind you, though, are still competing. Like I know they're not competing for Europe, and they're not going anywhere in the table. But I'm looking at Fulham's performance against Manchester City, and they were very competitive. They gave Man City a lot of problems. I think they just won at the weekend as well. Who did they last play? So I get it. They should.
Okay, all right. So
it should be a dead rubber. I get it.
So take Fulham out of it. So all right, let's say Fulham are the only one. The other 3 then. So 3 out of the 4 of them are not really, and we still have players of quality. I know these players can, because I've seen it all season, turn up at certain points. I've seen it. This is why we've had overall. I'm not letting this blip and us being poor recently cloud my judgment and say, yo, we still had a good season, 110%. Like, Fulham's the one on the last.
But if you drop out the top 4, it goes from being a good season to something very serious.
It's a disappointing end. That's what it would be, because they've already
it's a bottling, really.
Yeah. We can call it a bottle. Cool. I think the reason why I don't call it a bottling, because I don't give these players a get out of jail free card, because people act like, oh, they have the talent, but it's a mentality thing. I disagree with that. I don't think it's a mentality thing with these players. These players are technically not good enough. They're not good. You can give these players mentality monsters. You can give them the best mentality. But if you don't have skill to go alongside of that, you will fall short. And that's what it is. It's not a mentality thing with these players. That's why I don't even get onto them like that. I don't even criticize people heavily. The only time I'll criticize people heavily is when people ask me questions about stuff. So on my channel, obviously on this channel, we're not doing that. We're interacting between the 4 of us. But on my channel, I get asked about certain players. So that's when I speak on him. And because I'm not hearing enough about the manager speak on it, I just spoke. I don't know if you just got here. I spoke on Ten Hag at the very start. And the reason why I don't criticize him heavily is because I don't rate the vast majority of these players. So therefore, I'm not going to criticize the manager. The reason why we are in the position we're in is because 1, because of him, and 2, the players he's brought in. And with no Martinez and Varane, you see a massive drop-off as well. And that's with any team. You take out their 2 best centre-backs, of course you're going to see it. That's not an excuse, people. I'm using that as a reason as well. But to their credit, Lindelof and Shaw have actually, minus Shaw with the mistake against Brighton, have actually been pluses. I don't really mind them 2 as centre-backs, in particular Luke Shaw, but it's the rest of the team. I'm not looking at Luke Shaw and Lindelof for us to get results. I'm looking at our better players. Casemiro, this is on you. Eriksen, this is on you. Rashford, this is on you. It's on you 3. I know if you 3 perform to a high level, we win these games. Because I've seen it all season. Because as soon as you lot stop performing, look what happens. No Martinez, no Varane. Casemiro's form drops off. Eriksen's not quite at it. Rashford drops off, and look at the team.
Yeah,
and that's my point. Is there's no one else to supplement them, or even I'm saying, support at least.
And we have to do this. We have to do this because I always say it. Liverpool, Trent, when a fan base puts someone on a pedestal, if they don't perform, we go at them. So Casemiro has been put on that pedestal. Rashford, certain man was screaming World Cup, world class. Therefore, they're on that pedestal. So if you're scoring 3 goals in 3 months, we're going to come for you. We're going to
in regards to that, the reason why I don't get onto Rashford did the 3 goals in 3 months, because people say, oh, he scored 3 league goals in 3 months. He played 2 league matches in the month of March. So that's why I'm not getting onto him to that, because we was in all competitions. I'm saying we played 2 league matches, so I'm not getting onto him for not scoring in the month of March. However, his recent performances, criticize him all you want. I don't defend anybody performing poorly, and that's what annoyed me yesterday. Is I had that when I was on Saeed's channel. Salute to Saeed. I had it when I was on my channel, and people in the comments in particular still defending these players after these performances. And I keep saying this: these performances are not too far away from performances where we've got results. But because we've won games or because we've drew games, people are not talking about it. We played Brighton twice. The one we won, we performed worse in. Both not good enough, both performances. But the one we won, we performed worse in. But because we won and it went through to an FA Cup final, people are not speaking on it. I'm saying that performance is still not good enough because eventually that will catch up with you. And we've seen it time and time again. I can list games off the top of my head where we've performed poorly and got wins or got draws, etc., etc. And it's just on the players.
I remember it happening so much under Oli. It was insane. Yep. Your away record is piss poor. Luckily, your home record, you've only lost that one game against Brighton, which was the first game of the season. Before I bring in Husam, because I know he's just patiently charging his batteries before he lets rip. Kenneth says, is there a fallout in the dressing room, Flawless?
No,
in terms of Manchester United.
No, we're not giving these players. Me personally, I'd say I'm not giving these players any excuses. There's no dressing room fallout. You know what I'm saying? The sky wasn't too blue, the grass wasn't too green. It's not a mentality issue. It's a skill set. When are we going to start calling these players out for what they are? Again, I'm Battle of the North because I don't have the comments up. That's why I won't be answering certain questions. But on my channel, I do it all the time. People ask me, and that's why I speak more in depth about more individuals. So if someone asks me about the manager, I'm going to talk on it or a certain player. But again, people like, oh, why do you?
I'm sure Sam is going to ask you these questions.
Why do you criticize? He ain't going to ask me. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to talk because he never asked me questions in it. He just talks about somebody else. So United fans have said this, but you don't question me on anything I've said. But yeah, man, these players are just, that's what it is. That's what it comes down to. Performances, poor players performing poorly. Average players performing average. I've said it on this show before. We were performing to our maximum and players were either at their maximum or overachieving. Now players have hit the wall and players are performing to where their levels at or even below that. In particular, our top players, like I mentioned, Casemiro, Eriksen, Rashford, and injuries to Martinez and Varane have killed us as well. That don't help because they help us so much because our defense has been the strongest part of our team for the longest, pretty much the entire season. If we do a player ratings, if we do the best players of Manchester United, take out Rashford, they're all defensive. They're all defensive.
I'm sorry, Sam. If you want to cook, you can interrupt me. But
I was waiting. This is mad.
Husam is so patient right now. He's patient. He's just playing the ball. Yeah, playing the ball. But you see, Manchester United, we have to be very careful, very, very delicate when we speak about Manchester United, because if you were to finish outside the top four, a lot of people, including myself, would see that as a bottling. Now, did I have Manchester United to finish inside the top four? No. So people will say you're being a hypocrite. But when I take a look at this Manchester United team, what is the average age of it? I don't know, but I can see that there's a lot of old faces there. There's a lot of experienced players that should know and be performing consistently and do better. Bruno Fernandes is not a spring chicken. Eriksen, Casemiro, that average age in that midfield must be 30. We go to Rashford, he's been around the block. We go to Martial, he's been around the block. We go to Varane. I know they're not fit at the moment, Martinez, but they've still contributed to the season.
They've done their business. I can't criticize them too.
De Gea's been there since fucking Ferguson.
But let me cut you off there, Matisse. You mentioned it there in regards to their experience. Carragher said this one time on Sky Sports. Experience is the most overrated trait within top level football. Just because you're experienced don't mean that you're good or good enough. You can be experienced and be rubbish, or experienced and average, and that's what they are. Look at the players you mentioned. De Gea not good enough. Luke Shaw I would keep, but as backup. Bruno Fernandes not good enough. Rashford, only this season he has performed. Last summer I wanted him gone. So just because you're experienced don't make you good. That's why I don't hear when people say, oh, why do you people say in particular to me, why do you criticize such and such? Because he's our best player. Well, he's our best player and we've been shit. So what does that tell you? There's a reason for that. Like I've said before, these players are not good enough. Go check previous Battle of the Norths, people, where after wins, I've been on the show talking about that. Like, yeah, over the moon, we've won. Happy we've got 3 points or through to the next round. But performances eventually catch up with you. And it's these players, man, they're just not good enough. This is why I've said I want bare minimum. Me personally, I would want 6 first new teamers. I don't rate them. That's never mind squad players. 6 because they're just not good enough. They're not. Like all the players you mentioned there. Mine is Casemiro, even Eriksen, as much as I like him. I've said we need an improvement on Eriksen.
It's very much a handle business now team. I know it's not suited to Ten Hag.
And you said another thing as well about Manchester. Yeah, of course, if someone says we bottle top 4 because of the position we're in, cool. I'm not going to push back on that. But if we finish 5th, they've already over-exceeded my expectations this season. But
your expectations maybe are so low because of last year where you massively underperformed. And
Yeah.
you should never have been
We
where
didn't-
you were the year before.
We didn't
in the first
massively
place.
underperform. That team was worse and had a terrible manager also. So we didn't underperform. You are
But
where
you finished second under Oli. That was a massive overachievement. I think Man United are around. They should around about be fourth, really, in terms of what you spend and in terms of the caliber of player that you have.
That's where we disagree, because I don't think we have a high caliber of player in our team.
I think you've signed high caliber players in Varane, in Ronaldo, in Sancho, in Casemiro over the years. Even Eriksen, you've signed some good quality players.
Some, not all, but back to the point of, yeah, your expectations are low, but that's where when most people did their top fours, they didn't have us in it. Top fives didn't have us in it. I said fifth or sixth at best, because that's how much I didn't rate this team. I've watched them, you know what I'm saying, like week in, week out, and I'm like, yeah, you lot are not it.
I think for me, the only team that could come out the top four is Newcastle, and I would, even them, you'd look at them and say, oh, you guys kind of let it slip, but nobody had them anywhere near the conversation. Husam, you've had the frying pan there, probably on the gas for God knows how long, so I may as well let you take the food out and deliver, serve it up. Go on. What you got to say about this talk?
Okay, first of all, I just want to say 17 minutes, 20 seconds. I ain't said a word. So if anyone interrupts me, all hell is gonna break loose on this channel. No one's gonna be able to listen to anything. Now, first of all, the reason why I can't cook flawless is because this man has no opinion. He loves sitting on the fence 90% of the time. So how can you cook someone who doesn't make a prediction to begin with? He's made a couple of predictions, but most of the time
I'm just not irrational, man. I'm just not irrational.
Most of the time, he'll give you a safe ass answer. That's
I don't give you a safe answer. I don't give you a rational, because I'm not you.
I think we should finish in the top four, but if we don't, I won't be shocked because of blah, 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 blah. Now, once again,
that's an opinion. I'm not irrational.
1 second, flawless. 1 second.
No, what do you mean 1 second? You opened up talking about me. You know what this is.
I'm gonna speak on Man United now.
Don't lie on me. No. Hold up. That's not what we're doing. Don't lie. No. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. You're not gonna lie on me and then tell me. Don't lie on me. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's why you're gonna be bald in the summer, because you make stupid opinions. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're gonna be bald in the summer, because you make dumb opinions. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
17 minutes. I can't speak one time.
Don't lie on me. No, not because you mentioned me. Because you mentioned me. You know what I'm saying?
I've already said you have a few opinions.
Don't lie on me. Do not lie on me. Because when people lie on you, you don't like it, so don't lie on me. I do have opinions. No. I just not irrational. You always have a get out of jail card. I'm just not irrational.
Are you gonna finish?
You want to be a clown of the circus? Yes, I've said this before, but you don't listen. Yeah, exactly. But you don't listen. I've said this many a times, but because you don't listen, you struggle with comprehension.
That is an opinion that you've had for a while.
Yes, I have. So why are you asking me? You know what I'm saying?
But that's not the point that I'm making.
No, don't do that. Don't say I don't have an opinion. I'm just not irrational like you. I'm not a clown like you. You want to be a part of the circus. I said you want to be a clapping seal, do your thing. I'm not with them. That's why you're going to be bald in the summer looking like an egghead, but we move. Go on, carry on. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're going to look stupid and look like an egghead with glasses in it.
Matisse, you enable the shit behavior.
I'm laughing at the whole thing. I'm laughing at the whole thing.
You're not laughing at this. Not funny as well.
The first thing he does is mention me.
I'm enjoying the argument.
Don't lie in it. That's all.
All right, one at a time.
Matisse. All it is don't lie in it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a rational like you, so don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We different. No, I'll let you know when I'm finished. Don't lie on my name. Simple as that. That's all it is. The reason why I spoke when you spoke is because you mentioned my name. During my whole thing I was talking, I did not mention you once. So if you're going to lie on me, I'm going to respond. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't. Did I lie when I mentioned you?
You mentioned
me. Was I incorrect? No.
Yes,
okay, so I mentioned you. Was I incorrect? So what did I say that was incorrect about?
You said, Husam, don't ask me questions. I'm the guy that asks you the most questions here.
No, you don't ask me no questions. What question?
Yes, I do. I ask you
question. No, okay, so what question have you asked me?
I literally just asked you 30 seconds
ago. Yeah. That's one. You don't ask me. You make
I've asked you if we're going to win the league. I've asked you if we're going to win a trophy. I've asked your opinions on players.
No, my point is you don't ask me multiple
questions. Notice how you lied and I didn't interrupt.
No. You're asking multiple questions.
Anyway,
Matisse. No, Matisse. You know what it is? I let him talk in a second, but if man lie on my name, of course I'm going to respond. He wants me to make irrational comments because what he wants to do is me to sit here, make a No. I'm explaining what it is. You want me to make a rational comment so then you can spin the block and say, yeah, that's what it is. Because you asked me, I don't duck no questions. You're the one. No.
Why do you always have a get out of jail free card?
I don't have a get out of jail free card. I answer questions.
Why do you make a statement and then have a but if at the end of it every time?
Because football is full of variables. That's why.
Okay,
football
so you
is
just
full of variables. It's not one of sports.
Right.
I answer questions however I want. You know
you want to keep yourself safe.
You don't dictate. It's not safe though because I still get cooked. I still get criticized. So what we do?
No one safe from who? Matisse been
safe from who? You're not everywhere. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wait, no. You said nobody cooks me. Are you on every stream with me?
No.
Okay, so you're not. So there's another lie.
But
See,
I
you're
watch
talking
a lot of
absolute
them.
rubbish. You're not on every. You don't watch every stream I'm on. I do too,
No, but
man.
I
You know
said I
how I
watch a
know?
lot of them.
Because you be live when I'm live. You know what I'm saying? So what we talking about? There's no
I
staying
watch a
safe.
lot of them.
I getting
said.
out
I
of jail.
didn't say
Of
I
course you do
all of
watch a
them.
lot because we're fans of each other, of course. But my point is, yes, I do get criticized. I do get cooked 110%. I just don't get cooked often enough for your liking for how bad my team is because I make rational statements. That's what it is. I'm not you. You want to make irrational statements. You like jumping out
I
the
never
window.
said make
Like I
irrational
said,
statements.
no, you do because you always say,
I'm just
I've never dunked
what
anything.
if
You
out.
say no. You say
Why
I
do you
have
keep
no
what
opinions.
ifing? Like,
You say because football is full of variables. That's why.
yeah, I understand, but
Football
you
is
don't
full
have
of
to have
variables.
like
You
a
don't
get out
understand.
of jail free
It's
card.
not a
at
get
the
out
end
of jail
every
free card. Who's
statement.
putting me in jail? Who's putting me in jail? Jail from
No,
who?
but that's
You?
not the
Who
point.
am I putting you in jail?
You know, it's
No.
metaphorical.
Who am I putting in jail? Who's putting me in jail?
You're not
Nobody's
getting
putting
put
me
in
in
jail
jail.
in Monopoly either.
Nobody's putting me in. Nobody's not. You are though. Literally getting
literally
put in jail in a
metaphorical.
Monopoly. You are. Yeah, of course you are. But
Yeah,
you are
and
not
then you
putting
have
me
the
in
get
jail.
out of jail free card.
I don't have a get out of jail free card. I don't.
Okay,
because
but
we'll
anyway,
still talk
forget
about
this.
it anyway. No. When Manchester United lose, I still get conned for it. I still get criticized for it. Like I said, Husam wants me to make
Comments are
rational.
wild. Big up the
He wants me
comments,
to. Big up the comment section. He wants me to make rational statements so that he can spin the block and cook me and say, "You said this ain't Twitter Spaces, my friend. You
I
ain't
never
dealing
said
with no
it's
idiots in no Twitter
Spaces.
Spaces. No, that's
Hey,
what you
I can
want,
handle
though.
both
That's
worlds
what you
with
want.
ease.
That's what you want. I never said you can't
Which
handle
is why
both
your
worlds.
head is
That's a
scrambled
word
right
is.
now.
My head is not scrambled. I'm merely responding to something. That's all.
Your
Don't
head
lie
is
on
so
my
hot,
name.
you've said
My head is
200
not
words
scrambled.
per second over the last 30 seconds.
When the truth don't work, they start telling lies. That's why you
200
lie on my
words
name
per
week in, week
second.
out. When the
Keep
truth
going.
don't work, you know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
the
You start
comments are
telling
saying
lies.
Flawless is crying, Flawless can't handle this.
I don't care.
Flawless's
I
head
don't
is
care.
hot.
You care about that. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just
in that?
saying
I
the
don't care.
people
Your
are
head's gonna be
speaking the
bald, so
truth.
here we are. If you make stupid statements, here we are.
All right. Listen, let's.
All man had to say was talk about the game.
We need the
don't
game.
lie on my
I
name.
need the game to flow. I need
Yes.
the game to flow.
Talk about
too
the
many
game. Don't do
So
that.
speaking of a
Guys,
flowing
there's
game,
too many
Man
tactics.
United.
Talk about the
For the
game.
people
Yes,
in the
Man
comments are not
United.
happy
Let
with
me
the way I'm
address Man
refereeing it, but this is going to be there's going to be no players left on the pitch, so I'm trying to manage it in a different way today. I'm
Yes,
giving
let
them.
me
I'm giving a
address Man
warning.
United.
I'm giving a warning. Go
Now
on,
that
Husam.
we got that
Get the
out of the
game
way.
flowing.
Here's the thing with Manchester United. Look, this is what I've been saying about Man United all year long. People get annoyed. Now, I am going to call Flawless out on his crap from a football perspective. Not going to come at him. All I'm saying is whether, and this is what I told Terry as well, and what I told all the United fans that I worked with, whether I had United finishing 15th or 20th or 10th or 1st has nothing to do with what's happening. And I'll tell you why. The reason why it has nothing to do with it is expectations and predictions change as the season progresses. If you spoke to a Leicester City fan in April or in March or in May, the year that they won the league, they wouldn't tell you, I'm happy we stayed up. They would have wanted to win the league then. I read somewhere that Man United have been in the top 4 for 241 days. This is a longest time to be in the top 4. So now you are expected to get it. Regardless whether I had United in 15th, 12th, 10th, that has nothing to do with it. The point is, you have been in top 4. Your competition has essentially been Newcastle, Brighton, Brentford, a horrible Liverpool that somehow now are a point behind you. I have no idea how. So this is the thing now when we say bottle jobs. I fully believe, and I'm not saying this based on any bias whatsoever, if Man United bottle this top 4, it is 100% worse than Arsenal. And I'll tell you why. Arsenal's competition is a fully well-oiled machine in Manchester City that are hunting them down with a cyborg up top. Man United's competition, the club that's going to knock them out the top 4, is either me or Tottenham Hotspur, which is bad either way, if it does happen. Now, we're saying if, of course. We're saying if. So, speaking on yesterday's game, and the game before that, and the game before that, and blah, 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 when I speak on Manchester United, people think, you know, Flawless himself said it before, Husam is an asshole. So his delivery is like an asshole. So people get annoyed. Flawless don't get annoyed. I give him that. But most people get annoyed because I deliver like an asshole. But what I say is also facts. Once again, Man United struggle when they are not hugging their goalkeeper. They struggle to defend. They struggle to defend set pieces. And, you know, one thing I will say is Man United content creators and Man United fans in general, they haven't really been criticizing Ten Hag because that is one of the main culprits of what happened. Yes, we have been slandering Martial all year long. I agree with you. But you know who's also on the floor when it comes to standards? Wout Weghorst. Like, there's levels to this. There's shit there's crap, there's stinky shit, there's diarrhea shit. Weghorst is diarrhea that stinks. He is the bottom barrel of what you have available in your team right now. So Martial is obviously better. So even if we have been slandering him, he's a better option. And one further criticism of Ten Hag is Antony was by far your most dangerous forward in that game, by far. Which is why on the bench, when he was complaining, I didn't say anything. I understood why Antony's complaining. I understand why he's mad. He was our best forward. There was no reason for him to be taken off. He was Manchester United's best forward by far. If there's anyone that you should have taken off, you should have taken off maybe even Rashford. Send a statement that just because you're Marcus Rashford doesn't mean that you're completing the game, because he was absolutely horrible. You look at the performers, Casemiro. I'm so glad Flawless said it. Casemiro, horrible performance. Horrible. You cannot make Declan Rice look better than you in the DM position when you're a 4-time, 5-time Champions League winner. You can't allow that to happen. If I bring someone who just watches the Jordanian league and I show him the game yesterday and he doesn't know who Rice or Casemiro are, and I'm like, watch this game of football, 99, not even 99, 100% of the people would have said Declan Rice the better DM. So this is the worrying sign in terms of the game. In terms of the centre backs were getting bullied all game long by the likes of Antonio and the likes of the Bowens and the others. And you look at Man United, and the reason why I'm not hearing the excuses is just 2 months ago we were giving credit to Ten Hag for playing Weghorst in the 10. Matisse came on this channel, and I will never forget it. He was doing up Ice Spice on this channel, twerking for Ten Hag because he played Weghorst in the 10. He's like, oh my God, Eric Ten Hag played Weghorst in the 10. What a great manager. Yay, I wish I was like him. And then 2 months later, now we're sat here like, oh, Weghorst is crap.
But Martial was injured.
But that's not the point.
No, it is
That's
the point,
not the
because
point.
no.
I'm not going to let you change the point, Matisse.
You can't take
That's
that
my
out. You
point.
can't take that out of context and try to use it against me when at that current moment, Weghorst
Yes.
had to be playing games. That's why they brought him on alone, because they had
Okay.
no option up front. Ronaldo had left, right? And Martial was injured. So he was getting the
Carry
best
on.
out of his resources. Now Martial
Okay.
is available, right? Now he's available. You don't do that. You don't
So
do
how
that.
is the excuse now Weghorst is crap when we gave the guy credit 2 months ago for playing him in the 10?
Weghorst has
Which is
always
it?
been, listen, Weghorst has always been average. You're not going to find a single shred
Oh.
or a sentence, unless it's from Saeed. Saeed was calling him Berbatov. You didn't hear me say that.
Oh, now interesting.
Weghorst has never been a brilliant player for Manchester United or good
Interesting.
enough for
I
Manchester
never
United.
said brilliant, Matisse.
It's
My
it's
argument is a
Weghorst.
very simple one.
It's Weghorst.
This is my argument. Matisse, you're arguing something I'm not arguing, my brother. Hear out my argument and then debunk it till tomorrow. My argument is these same players that are quote unquote crap are the same players that we've been giving credit to all year long.
You give them credit when they deserve it. If they play well, you give them credit.
My brother, they just
Credit
lost
does not
to
mean
fucking
now
West
you're.
Ham.
Listen, if Kepa drops a masterclass next weekend, I'm going to give him credit. I'm not going to turn around and tell you he's good enough. There's a difference.
Okay, but
If
now,
Henderson drops a masterclass,
now you saying
you're going to
the
tell.
player
You're going
is-
to give. Are you going to give Henderson credit if he drops a masterclass for Liverpool next weekend?
No,
Yes.
but I never give.
You're not.
Henderson credit
Okay, you're not
anyway.
going to. Okay, but
No.
you're just
When
not
it comes-
very.
when it
You're just
comes-
not very nice.
the
Then, are you?
point-
You're not very
that's
nice.
not the point,
You're just a
Flawless.
bastard.
I'm saying criticize when you have to and give credit when you have to. I understand that, but that's not the point. The point is, if we've been giving praise to players all year long, you can't suddenly now come and tell me that they're crap players. This is the point. You have to keep the energy consistent. I'm not saying come up here after Casemiro stunk up the pitch and say he played well. That's not keeping the energy consistent. You can't come up here and
I didn't
tell
say
me
they were crap. I said Weghorst
that
is
Casemiro. Okay, thank you very much. I'm speaking generally.
Okay.
Now, yesterday's game, worst players on the pitch, Marcus Rashford. Worst players on the pitch, Casemiro. Worst player on the pitch, Malacia. Lindelof was horrible. David De Gea, who's known for his shot stopping, acted like there was scissors in his hand and he just pushed it into his own net. If I put my grandmother in the net, she would have saved that. Somehow he's going to win the Golden Glove. I have no idea how the fuck how. I thought Wan-Bissaka had a good game. He's someone who gets a lot of criticism. I thought he was good, to be honest with you. I thought Bruno as well got a lot of criticism. I thought he was okay. He was at least trying to create some shit. Eriksen was absolutely horrible. Martial was bad when he came on. Antony, who was your best forward, get taken off. Why did you take off Antony? Why didn't you start Martial? Now, Flawless's argument has already been debunked because he's saying we've criticized Martial or you're wrong. Yes, we have. But Weghorst is a different level of shit. Like,
That's what I
there
just
is-
said. Yeah, I agree with you.
okay.
No one disagreed with that.
There's Martial. Okay, Martial, life is a spectrum. Martial is this bad. Weghorst is like here. So
Okay.
start the guy here until you get the guy here. Like,
Cool.
start
And that's
the
that's a
okay
fair
guy.
criticism.
Okay, fair
That's-
criticism.
and
Now,
I
here's
said
the
that.
thing. Personally, for me, this top 4 talk, I'm not going to get involved in it because I know Matisse is going to ask me and all this. For top 4, I still don't believe it. And for me, it depends on the 2 games. And it's my honest opinion. Wolves and Bournemouth, Matisse. Because now it's about these 2 games. Because let's cut the crap here. Even if I win all my fixtures, by definition, he's Flawless is 1 point ahead with a game in hand. Now, if they draw to Wolves, lose to Bournemouth, draw 2 games in a row, blah, 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 now we will speak. Now, because our goal difference is far superior to Man United, we can start having that conversation. But as things stand, they still are the favorites. And I do agree with Newcastle falling off. But if somehow I beat Flawless 7-0 in the same season and I snatch Champions League away from him, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, you're gonna parade that, innit?
He can never speak to me ever again. Go on, laugh, Matisse. You know you
Of
want to
course.
laugh. Haha, parade joke. Go on, laugh. Laugh.
It is
Did
like
you parade your 40 points? Did you parade your 40
I was
points?
just reading the comments, but
You're just reading the
But
comments.
to
I didn't parade my
debunk the
40 points. No,
Yeah,
I
I,
said-
I, Flawless, I was fair.
in my
right?
review.
I didn't even say no
to
wild
an extent. No, to an extent, I agree with the majority of what you said, and the reason why I didn't interrupt is because you didn't mention me. Like I say, if you debunk something, I have a footballing opinion.
Hey, you
cool.
mentioned me, but I didn't.
I'm not.
interrupt, to be
No.
fair.
But I'm not going to interrupt if you mention a footballing opinion. But just because I don't answer questions the way you want me to and try and run that bullshit, that's not happening. So that's why.
Why did you roll your eyes
Yes.
when I said Bruno was okay?
Because Bruno was not okay.
But
He
don't you
wasn't
think
okay.
he created your most dangerous chances, though?
What chances?
Okay, I'll tell you. The Martial header,
One.
he created that. Martial,
Yes.
you know, from 2 yards, he should at
You
least
should
hit
have.
target.
I legit said. This is why you don't listen. I legit said that.
I know. I'm just naming you the Bruno chance.
Yeah. So that's it. So
the one he created for Anthony, where it was a
debunk that.
counter-attack, Anthony was cutting in.
That's not easy.
And
I
it hit
debunked
the
that. You
post.
said Rashford was our worst player and should have been taken off. He created one of our best chances, the Martial chance. It was a 1-2, it was a give and go.
No,
My
but
point
that's
is,
not. No, but Rashford is in your team to score goals.
no,
that's the
he's in
thing.
there to score goals and create because he's been doing that this season. He's been much more
100%.
creative.
But if I were to
So
tell
my
you
point
main
is-
role,
My point is the
score
reason
goals.
why I rolled your eyes is because I'm tired of the defense, whether it's my fans, whether it's a Liverpool fan or other fans of any of these players. You're not wrong with the Weghorst Martial thing. I agree with you. The point that
Okay.
I'm making is I'm not sticking up or saying such and such should be playing. Nobody, I repeat this, nobody deserves a shirt. That's why I'm not backing anybody. That's why I can't sit here and say
Even
Martial should
Anthony
be starting.
yesterday.
Anthony, I thought on the Anthony point, I thought he hit the post. He was very bright in the first.
He was your best
He was
forward.
dangerous. Okay, let me land. Very dangerous in the first half. Second half, he faded. Not all on him. Definitely not all his fault. And 100%, I agree with you. I would have personally left Anthony on the pitch. But again,
Okay.
do I believe that's a fair criticism of Ten Hag? Yes. Do I believe that changed the game? No. I don't.
think it
I
does.
don't. I don't know because Anthony played the vast majority of the second half and did nothing. That's not solely on him. Does he deserve some criticism? Yes, but we fell away as a entire team. This is the point
Anthony,
that I made.
Rashford, Martial,
This-
don't you think is better?
This is the point. Different flavors of mid. Yes, slightly better. Cool. I agree with you. Slightly better.
He
But I'm not
does
gonna
he
sit-
does do
I'm
that.
not-
Hey, on the
I'm
day,
not
I can't
gonna-
lie. Anthony
I'm
was
not-
dangerous on the day.
He
And
wasn't
you know,
all
I call
dangerous
him
on the day.
fidget spinner and all
Yes,
that,
I
but
know
on
all
the
that.
day,
This
he
is the-
was great.
First half, he was good.
Even second half, he
wasn't.
was trying
He
to
wasn't.
create something.
But
Do you
Even
think
if
I,
you
find, I
notice
find this
Salah-
quite often with Anthony's
you notice
performances
every
where
time
he
West
is
Ham even
contributing
attacked.
and he's taken off quite early.
Yeah, and
exactly.
and I don't
Every
understand
time even
that.
West Ham attacked you,
I don't understand that.
he
that's
tried
a-
to score, bro.
Yes, that's a fair criticism of Ten Hag for taking off Anthony. But the point that I'm making is his performance in the second half wasn't to the high standard where I go, there's no way in hell he should have been taken off. If you are playing 6 out of 10 or below, this is where I'm different from a lot of people. If you are not performing to a high level, you are eligible to be taken off. Get it to the point where you are taken off and everybody goes. That is the worst decision in the world. If you're playing a 6 out of 10, everybody else is a 3 out of 10. Or if you're playing a 5 and everybody else is a 2, of course you're gonna stand. You're gonna stand out. I'm not going to defend somebody playing 5 or 6 out of 10. My standards is different. Perform higher. Perform better.
Anthony
perform
was
to a
like
high
a
level.
7 minimum.
He was 7's not enough. Perform to an 8 or 9. You're a 90 million pound winger, and you have the ability to do it because I've seen you do it. Perform better.
Hey, but you said it when he's a 7
Perform
and the
better.
rest are 2. You don't take off the 7.
I don't think he was a 7, so that's where me and you disagree. But let's not
Okay,
get
but
into
even
that.
if he was a 6, it's
I
better
don't even
than
think
2.
he was a 6 in the second half. I think he was a 5.
Okay, no
He was our
problem.
best. I
5 is
agree
still
with you.
bigger than
He was.
2 by
I
definition.
agree, but again, my point is, this is where I'm different. Is I am not going to defend somebody playing 5 out of 10. You are eligible to be taken off. Is the point I'm making? I hear you. The criticism is fair. Not disputing that. I've not once said the criticism is
I need
wrong.
to
The
ask him a
point I'm
question.
making.
No, because you guys could go back and forth for an hour.
No, there's
and
no
I
back and
gotta
forth,
keep
just a
things
question.
moving.
The
Just a
point I'm
question,
making,
no problem.
the point I'm making, Matisse, is the fact that I'm not defending this. This is why when he said Bruno was okay, no, he was not. He's not a good player. I keep saying this time and time again, and for some reason,
You just have a Bruno agenda, Loki.
I don't have a Bruno agenda. He's not good. He don't have no
I
agenda.
don't think
Don't say that.
bad, to be honest with you.
Okay, cool. This is where we're different. Would
you take him at Liverpool?
If you were battling for a title, would you take him?
I wouldn't take him because I hate him and it's a personal thing.
He's not good,
and if
man.
any player punches him in the face, I'm buying his shirt.
You know what's crazy is people always throw out agenda when they can't debunk the argument. And
no, but I've already debunked your argument. What do you mean?
No, about Bruno. Debunk the argument about Bruno.
Okay, I've already said I thought Casemiro was way worse. Eriksen was way worse.
They were all bad is the point that I'm making.
I disagree with that. I think, once again, I already named you the 2 chances Bruno created. Now, here's the thing. Let me ask you a question.
Before you ask, let me ask you a question. What was Bruno out of 10? 0 to 10, what was he?
Anthony was a 7. I think he was your best player.
What was Bruno? What was Bruno?
Okay, I'm about to say. Overall, both first half, second half, I give Anthony a 7. I give Bruno a 6.
That's crazy that you think he was playing above average, but move. Go on.
Yeah, I think he's above average.
Disagree with you.
Now, here's the thing. Let me ask you a question. Genuine question. Now, we've spoken about the individuals. Let me ask you team and manager. Okay? Now, you finished 5th. How does that change your view of the season and going forward? And do you look at the manager differently / do you criticize? I'm not saying be Ten Hag out, so don't change the question. I'm not saying ask for him to be sacked. I'm saying your thoughts on Erik Ten Hag. Then if you get 5th.
You know what's crazy? If I asked you that question like that, you'd be like, don't give yourself a safety net, but we move. That's actually a good question. No. Would I criticize Ten Hag if we, you see, rational. That's a reasonable question. Would I be
I'm
critical?
Always rational, man.
What you're doing? You definitely know. That's why you're going to be bald in the summer.
I just make bets.
Would I be critical of Ten Hag if we finish out of the top 4? Absolutely. Would it make me look at him different? Yes. Would it be a disappointing end to the season? Also, yes. But I've still, like I've said, we've had a good season and it's been successful overall. It would just be a very disappointing end. That's how I'd look at it. That's what I'd say to that.
Let me kick it on. Daps, I'm calling into Daps. Daps, are you with us? Are you good? Talk to me. We just want an update from Madrid. They're saying you're wearing yellow. You're drinking yellow juices.
No shit. It's fucking people can see colours. So
hey, there's some colorblind people that can't. So shout out to them, man. Do you know what I mean? Shout out to the colorblind people. But talk to me. Update from Madrid. How are you feeling? Are you still with us? And your confidence
level. You want to hear the funniest shit? There's a guy in the comments going, and breathe. That's the funniest. Man said, and breathe. Big up Martin, man. Man said, and breathe, you know? Like, finally, it's over.
Because the people want to hear from you, Daps. They haven't heard from you. They want to hear how you are.
I said before we went live, it's not about us today. The Sam takeover, I don't really want to talk too much because I haven't slept much. I've drunk a lot. And I don't want to slur. And I didn't want to come on here and disrespect Matisse's channel by being waved on YouTube.
There's no wrong with that, man.
Bro, it's okay. It's okay. They're used to
have a drink in the YouTube. I'm smashed. Like I'm smashed.
Listen, brother, this is not Nickelodeon. This is not Nick Jr. We've had quite our fair share.
Well, it might be Nickelodeon.
We've had quite our fair share of apple juice on this channel before. I will show you after this show. I will. Do you know what? Maybe I will even find it while you're talking. Just give us some brief Gundagon propaganda, because I know you don't want to talk too much before I move it on to Liverpool. Just because I feel like Gundagon deserves his respects. I'm more than happy to do the propaganda as well, because this guy's playing like 3 different positions at a high level. I'm going to show you. I'm going to get this clip up and show you this as well.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Do you know what? I'm not even going to overhype that performance or nothing, because I get irritated when we concede late goals. It really irritates me because it just puts a downer on it. But I don't care if we Everton away, Brighton away, Brentford away, scrappy, rubbish. I don't care. Right? We've just got to do what we've got to do, what City do to win the league. We're in Madrid. You lot, go away, man. Sorry, I'm trying to be disturbed. We just need to, and even tomorrow, do you know what? A draw would be beautiful. I'm not going to come in and go, we're going to wipe the floor. Listen, if we beat Madrid, great. But I know we will beat Madrid at the Etihad. All we have to do here is get a result that allows us to beat them at the Etihad. Because this is what I said. When I saw the draw, I said, we beat Bayern. The fact we're playing Real Madrid at home in the second leg, I'm good with that, right? We've just got to do what we've got to do over here. We're just out here to rep, do what we've got to do. And we'll see. The Etihad, we know what's going to happen at the Etihad. We already know what's going to happen. I'm sorry. We're gonna win convincingly at the Etihad. I'll say that now. Let me show you this to make you feel better, right? This is my old YouTube video on my old channel. This is me in 20. You look 6.
My liver's all twisted.
How old was I? I was definitely overage. I was 19 in this video, right? I was doing a drinking challenge, right?
More specifically, vodka.
So this will make you feel better. So this is how you want to see waved. You want to see somebody drunk. You want to see someone fucked up. This is what you're competing with. So best believe you're actually in a decent position right now.
Go on, yak it, throw it up.
I think I did that in the wrong order.
It was a challenge that I came up with, right? A stone cold challenge. Every time. Yeah, bro, this is all the same. This is all the same video. It's the same clip. It's the same clip. The whole way through, it's the same clip. This is Daps' segment, by the way. I'm just interrupting with this video so he doesn't have to talk as much. Then we're gonna move to Liverpool. This is what Daps' section is about. I am enjoying the.
So we can't speak on City then? I want to speak.
Well, no, we are going to speak on City, but this is to replace Daps' Bro, I don't know what's on that table. There's just drink everywhere. There's just drink everywhere. There's vodka.
Man took off his glasses, yo.
Bro, look at the end of this video, bro. Look at the end of this video.
I want you to throw up violently.
You're gonna see at the end. Do not try this at home, kids. This challenge is.
Were you at uni at that point?
Yeah. This is as you can tell probably by the furniture, by the walls.
Here we go.
Man was living his best life. Bro, look at this, bro.
Because a vision softly creeping.
Bro, man was done. Done. Finished. And I'm still trying to do it. Here's the end shot. Here is the conclusion, I guess. There you are.
No, you did yak in it. Be honest, you yacked.
Here's the end shot. Pause.
Yeah.
Did you yak? You did, didn't you?
I don't know what that means.
Throw up.
Of course. I don't think I had anything left in me, mate. Look at this. I can't even see.
Man took off his glasses.
Look.
Oh shit, yo.
So yeah,
let me
you're
just
worried
say two
about
things.
being a bit waved on YouTube.
Let me just say 2 things, Matisse. First of all, I'm so glad you chose football content and not actual content because that was just peak. And second of all, I just want to say I do not co-sign this haram behavior. You know, do not drink. Do not drink.
This is why you shouldn't drink. This is what AJ said.
Facts.
It's facts.
Guys, speak on City, please.
Please speak. Let's speak on City. I'm also ready to do Gundagon prop. I mean, Hairline didn't get his goal, but yeah, Gundagon was great. Go on, Husam, talk on it.
You're doing prop. I ain't about to do prop. It's
you're not. Because of the penalty.
It's a Hala Madrid week, brother. What prop? It's a Hala Madrid week.
No Premier League prop. Okay, straight to Madrid. Okay.
So this week where Husam turns into a Real Madrid fan when he supports Liverpool.
Yeah,
100%. Just like I was a Monaco fan and a Lyon fan and a Spurs fan. Hey, I'm a chameleon sometimes. Here's the thing when it comes to Man City this weekend. I think it was a professional performance. It's about winning.
I'm drunk. I'm not that drunk. It's Wednesday. It's not the weekend.
It's about 3 points.
No, it's Monday.
Man tried to correct him. I got it wrong.
Yeah, my God.
It's about 3 points now at this point of the season. It was a professional performance. Big up Big Sam, by the way. And I'll tell you why I'm bigging up Big Sam. Sometimes I like bastards in football. And when it comes to Big Sam, if this was the old Leeds, let us cut the crap here. They would have played open, expansive. They would have lost 7-0. At least, maybe they need goal difference at the end of the season. You never know. So like a loss 2-1 to Manchester City is nothing to be like not proud of. I thought Leeds actually showed themselves very well. And Leeds, you play Newcastle next. Up the Yorkshire Army. Let's do this.
Oh,
I
so
love
you've got
it.
hope. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
F4
Oh,
that Leeds part.
interesting.
F4 that Leeds part.
Yeah,
Go on,
listen,
carry on.
I want
Yeah, talk about
Newcastle
that
to make
Leeds.
Big up
Champions League.
Leeds.
So none of that. None of
No,
that.
no, no.
Big up
Fuck
Leeds.
Leeds, innit?
No,
Anyway,
no.
now when it comes to Man City, this is also, you know, you are very professional when it comes to the Premier League. It's your bread and butter. But, you know, we all have one of them friends that is very good at one thing, and then you just do something else, and he's just absolutely shit at it. You know, one of them friends that you're playing PS5 against, and he's playing FIFA, and he's just destroying you. And then you turn on Call of Duty, and you just ruin him again and again and again and again. When it comes to Man City, this is now the bread and butter. This is now what your season will be based on. And you know, City fans don't like this, blah, 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 but it's the truth. No one's going to look at the season and go like, oh my God, City came back, won the league, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, people will say that maybe for the first 3 days, but after the Premier League finishes, it's the cold, hard truth. You know, I saw a picture, you know, City fans love to deny this, but I saw a picture in the City training complex. Jack Grealish, he was with the masseuse. Right behind him, our goal. It had the big ears right there. Like, you cannot deny it's a goal. It's a target we must achieve. And as of today, Pep Guardiola can win 15 leagues. If there is no Champions League, there is no Champions League.
Jurgen Klopp can't win 15 leagues, so can he?
He won 3.
He's got you there.
I agree. He hasn't won 15. So here's the thing now, but he's won 1 Champions League. When it comes to Pep Guardiola and the
You were
Champions
talking about the league,
now,
though, so I corrected you. That's what I'm saying.
This is a must-win for them. You know, and Daps is talking about the Etihad. Last time Madrid came there, they won.
I haven't spoke about what?
They won 4-3, I think it was, at the Etihad, if I'm not mistaken. Or did City win 4-3? No, Madrid won.
No, we won 4-3 at the Etihad,
Yeah,
no, we won 4-3 at the Etihad.
Yeah, you won 4-3 at the Etihad. The thing is, here's the problem with Real Madrid. And it's just why they're just so good at this competition.
And you'll know that, innit? You'll know
Tuesday,
that, yeah.
Of course I do know that. But I have 6 of these, though. So I know what I'm speaking about. Now, when it comes to Real Madrid, the problem is Tuesday and Wednesday for them is just a regular Tuesday. Like, they really don't get intimidated like that. And the reason why I think Madrid's going to do well...
We saw at your gaff. We saw.
Daps, I don't know why your head is hot. I'm not even saying anything wild.
I don't know why you're talking about Little City. I don't know why you're talking about Little City.
Because this is the City segment?
Yeah, exactly. Daps talks, not you. But if you want to speak up, wave. So
I mean, you spoke.
The
You spoke, and now I asked Matisse, can I speak? He said yes. I didn't realize we're gatekeeping now.
It's cute. It's cute. You who are battling for top 4, carry on.
Are we gatekeeping now? Gatekeeping who can speak on clubs? Like, what's going on? I'm just speaking
No, I said please carry on.
Anyway,
Yeah,
yes,
please
thank
carry
you.
on.
Just
Thank you.
calm down. So now when it comes to the Man City, Real Madrid thing.
Oh, are
like,
you a female? Calm down. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, so what, men don't tell people to calm down?
Oh, don't do that either. Don't do that either.
Anyway, so when it
You know
comes
what you're doing?
to
It's that,
Man
it's that,
City,
calm down to make me get more aggy.
I'm not trying to get you aggy. I'm just speaking on the football. If you're aggy, that's
So carry on talking about the Champions League that you're not in. Please do.
Hey, I've sat here after losing 3-0 to Wolves, after losing 3-0 to Brighton, after getting hammered all year long. We lost 5-2 to Real Madrid, and I had to listen to all of you. If you can't even listen to a little bit of analysis,
Husam,
I'm just speaking on the football.
Husam, you sat here and taken shit when your team has lost. You're talking shit when we haven't even played the game.
Yeah, but I'm analyzing the game. I'm getting to it. You're the one that's bringing up Liverpool. Why are you bringing up Liverpool? I'm not in this competition.
No, please analyze the game that hasn't happened yet. Please carry on.
Okay, but I actually will now if you just let me finish. So please anyway, when it comes to this game, to them it's just a regular Tuesday, regular Wednesday. Like, they just have so much experience in this competition, and I think the way that City plays football actually probably goes into Real Madrid's hands a little bit, because Real Madrid, and you can ask Matisse this, you can ask me this, Real Madrid don't care about possession. They'll give you 90% possession if you need. They honestly, Carlo Ancelotti gives zero, you know what, about possession. Like, he's going to give you the ball. He's going to tell you, come attack me. And Real Madrid rely on individual brilliance. Before you know it, Karim Benzema has just dribbled past your center back. Before you know it, Vinicius Jr. has just sent your right back to the shops. Before you know it, Rodrigo sent your left back to the shops. Before you know it, Modric has played some unreal.
Are you saying this with confidence that you think Real Madrid are going to beat them?
Yes, I think Real Madrid have too
Because your
much
predictions
individual-
have not been very good. I'm not going to
You know,
lie.
Can I just say, he just
go on,
went
Daps.
Modric, who's actually not fit at the moment, but carry on.
Is Modric injured? Is he injured for this game?
I'm speaking in generalities here.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Real Madrid, they have too much
Great
individual
analysis.
brilliance. So they can just create a moment out of nothing. They can create a moment out of nothing. So you've got three of the players I mentioned before that are all fit and ready to play. I'm just speaking in generalities. That's why I'm saying why they are the Champions League winners. In generals, they just have a lot of individual brilliance. And even if you get past their midfield and past their center back, they've got Courtois waiting there, just ready to make a save when needs be. Once again, you can ask me and Matisse about that. So, like, for me, I see really City just playing into Real Madrid's hands. They're way too experienced. I think Real Madrid's going to allow City to have all the possession that they want, and they're just going to do what Carlo Ancelotti does, which is hit on the counter-attack. They've got the brilliance, they've got the pace, they've got everything they need on the counter-attack. And I think, like,
they're saying Modric is fit, actually.
Yeah, and also from it didn't matter. I was speaking in generalities anyway. When it comes to Pep as well, and this is where people do criticize him, and it's a constructive criticism. In the Champions League, he does overthink it sometimes. So, like, it's also be good to see if he does play like Bernardo Silva left back or does some wild shit, and we will see what happens. We will see what happens.
You know what's crazy is I agree with you. Go on, Daps.
You know what's even crazier?
Flawless
I agree,
agrees
bro.
with me.
Do you know what's even crazier? Everything you said, great, cool. You've said what the whole world knows, that Real Madrid, when it comes to the Champions League, have heritage, know how to do it, get over the line without moving out of third gear. Get it, bro? I don't get what your point is. Like, do you think City going into this thinking we're playing Scunthorpe? Right? We know who we're playing, bro. So that was a great little Husam knows loads about football, but we all know what you just said. So I don't really get what you're doing. Like, okay, cool.
Is he muted?
They knocked you out, bro. So I get it. Yeah, we all get it.
You're just proving your head's gone.
Bro, I'm waved in Madrid. It's sunny outside. I want to finish this show and go downstairs. My head is definitely not gone. Like, I've got people in it going, say this, say that. I'm going, can't be asked. The game hasn't happened yet. I want to go downstairs. If you think my head's gone because that's your way of going, I won and I have the streets. Cool.
I never said I won and I have the streets.
Cherry.
I literally just spoke on the football.
That hasn't happened yet, that we all know.
Yeah, okay, but I'm going to speak on it. And Flawless agreed with me as well. Matisse was
so
nodding
did
his
I.
head to
Hold
half
on.
the shit I said, because all I said was football related.
I agree with you. The whole world agrees with you. Like,
Okay, so what do you want us to just sit up here and be quiet then? Fuck this show. Let's just end it. What are you going to tell me on the Liverpool section that we don't know then? Let's just end the show. Because you're going to tell me Trent inverted, we won, clean sheet, blah, blah. Okay, and? Is that what we're doing now? So what's the point of football content then? Let's just fucking lock up this whole stream and go.
Generally, you talk about games that have happened, whatever, but everything you said, you're saying...
I just analyze the game.
But, Sam, you've analysed a game that hasn't happened, right? You're
yes,
saying...
but that's the point of the show.
Like, you're cooking City, but you haven't got the ingredients.
Did I cook City at one point?
You tried to.
At which point did I cook Man City?
Sam, respectfully, we've done content together for 1.5 years. I know what you're about, brother.
Okay, but where did I cook City?
It's the asshole delivery. That's what it is.
Yeah,
So.
thank you, Flawless.
It's the asshole
Okay, but I
delivery.
didn't cook City once.
I
wasn't even an asshole when I said that.
I am surprised.
I spoke on Madrid's individual brilliance. I said their
yeah.
experience. I spoke on Carlo. I didn't even say anything.
Yeah. You were overemphasizing Real Madrid's good points. That's the asshole bit.
Yeah,
but
I am surprised to hear
But
you.
Flawless.
Right.
Matisse
You're
asked me, right?
Yeah,
Matisse asked
yeah.
me, do you
I
think
get it.
Madrid's gonna win? I say yes, and I say the reasons. And then people are upset. Like,
I am
you
surprised
are right.
to hear you say it with such confidence and such like.
See,
you have
Matisse
hella
is
swagger
doing it
with it.
again now.
No, I am surprised
You have
to
hella
see
swagger
because
with it.
Yeah,
Manchester
so you're
City.
surprised to see confidence. Now, if I say something, apparently I'm rattling. And
No.
I'm
I'm surprised. I'm
Matisse,
surprised to hear you
be
say
real
it.
with it. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance. And when you're being arrogant about a team you don't even support and that dumps your team out of the trophy, it's a bit mad. But again, carry on.
How many wins in a row? Have
But that
Manchester
has
City had
nothing to
this
do with
season?
it. If I want to quit smoking, I'll go speak to a smoker. If I want to lose weight, I'll go speak to a fat guy. Because the guy who wants to quit smoking has tried to quit 100 times. And the guy who's fat probably tried 500 different diets. So yes, Madrid kicked me out, which is exactly why I probably know more about this fixture than anyone here. Because I've faced them multiple times and I've lost every single time. So this is why I can analyze it probably even better. So yeah, it's just, hey, it's nothing personal, man. It's nothing personal.
It's not.
I just think City are going to get knocked out.
YouTube. It's just the ones.
I'm glad you're having a great time in Madrid, though.
Sam,
these are the good. These are the memories.
You know that them ones where people say calm down to try and I don't like that. It's just I'm cool.
No, but I did tell you calm down because you just kept making about Liverpool. I didn't make it about Liverpool. You lost to them, bro. Yes, you lost to them. You don't know about that. You're not in this competition. I'm out here talking about Madrid and Vinicius, and you're telling me I lost to them. Yes, I know.
In hindsight, who's rattled? Because ultimately you got pissed off.
I'm not rattled at all. You called me Captain Obvious, yet you're stating the obvious. I'm actually predicting future. You're telling me about past tense. Yes, we lost to them, and
you're right, Mike. Martin McFly, you're right. It's cool.
Hey,
okay.
We'll see if you turn up next Sunday. We'll see.
My feeling going into that
if
game.
You get top 4, we'll see.
Oh.
Hey, I've already said we won't get it. I'm good.
You're not good if you don't get it. Let's be real. If you don't get it,
I've already sang Europa League anthems. I've already made backgrounds with Europa League.
You're not getting Bellingham, and you wouldn't be making Champions League. That'd be quite poor considering what was expected at the start of the season. But yes, mentally you prepared yourself.
But Matisse, the season is a failure whether you finish 4th or 5th.
Can I ask you again quickly, because we're going to transition into just to give my opinion on City. I do think they're going to go through purely because I would assume that they've learned from their mistakes in the previous year of playing them. And this is a Manchester City team that are in ridiculous form. And I do believe that the first time you go up against it in the Champions League, where you get to the final, it's a learning curve. You play Real Madrid for the first time potentially in a knockout tie, it's a learning curve. But I do believe now that they're gonna learn from that and they're gonna go and actually better that this time. But
what I say to that is with the City, I agree with you in what you just said there, Matisse, in terms of City incredible. I'm not gonna sit on there and say City are about that incredible side, incredible players, incredible manager. I just can't bet against Madrid. With the manager and they have, the players they have, that's me, people. And people can say, oh, that's not really based in a lot of footballing logic. And I'll normally, when I'm predicting games all the time, minus this one, I'll give you more detail. But I find it so hard to bet against Karim Benzema, Luka Modric, Don Ancelotti, that's not against City. That'd be my own team. If United were as good as City, I'd be and we were the favourites for that game. Of course, I'd be confident. I understand where Daps' confidence coming from. 110%. That's not arrogance. He has every right to be talking the way he's talking against anybody because they are the favourites for that tie, without doubt. Without doubt,
the UCL.
No. When I say they're favourites, I'm talking about bookmakers, genuine. If you look where the money's going City. Second leg also being at the Etihad as well. I bet you get good odds for Real Madrid if you go to a bookmakers. Obviously, we'll have these conversations, but the point I'm making is I can't argue about someone saying City are the favourites for this, they're going through. If that says in that's cool. If you were to say that, Matisse, whoever, I'd be like, cool. I just find it so tough to bet against them. Because
do you know what? And the thing is,
players. Yeah, go on, Daps.
If the second leg was at the Bernabeu, I'd probably be saying something different, right?
Maybe.
It's the fact the second leg is at the Etihad. I think that's where the advantage is because, and also look, the Haaland effect. That Leipzig game told me a lot because he scored 5 goals. And this is the thing. Last season against Real, the gap wasn't big enough. 4-3, it wasn't enough. You're right. We have to learn. I need to see a performance like the first leg against Bayern. That performance to me is the type of performance that we go through. Look, if we don't, we don't. This whole narrative that we should win the Champions League is very difficult to win.
Absolutely.
Real Madrid, for me, is the hardest team to play in the Champions League. They've won it 14 or 15 times now?
14.
It looks like they're playing in third gear, but that might not be third gear. They just know how to be very effective and get things done. So I'm not being arrogant, thinking we're going to come here and roll them over. I said I'd be very happy with a draw at the Bernabeu. Very happy with it. Yeah. 2-1 loss. I'm like, okay, let's go back and see what we can do. I'm not saying we're going to roll over Real Madrid. And they haven't been that good this season. But I know it's a Champions League. Last season, if you look at the teams they played, they weren't the best team against PSG, I think. They weren't the best team over 2 legs against Chelsea. They weren't the best team over 2 legs against City, but they beat us all.
Mm.
That is Real Madrid. I get it. We all get it, but here we are. At the moment, we're going into this game with the best form we've had for a very, very long time, and the fan base believing more than ever that we can win it, which is relevant. And we got Haaland, we got Haaland, which is, and also I think the fact that Haaland didn't score against Leeds, he'll be angry, which is good.
He'll be craving.
He's trying to prove a point. He didn't join City to win the league, right?
Just to win the
won
league.
leagues without him. He joins clubs to change things, right? He's joined City to improve us, to win the Champions League. So can he do it? We'll find out. We'll find out this time. Well, in 9 days, we'll know.
Yeah, that's true. But like I said, it's just them in it. Like they got 2 all-time greats in Benz and Madrid. They're 2 of my top 5. And your Daps is not arrogance. When you speak on the tie, it's confidence. And you have every right. I would never tell a City fan he's arrogant. How? I'm saying that don't make no type of sense. You should be confident going into every game, and rightfully so. And it pays me to admit it, but it's 110% true. Unfortunately.
But if I'm being truthful, to switch away from the Champions League, I'm still looking at Everton away, Brighton away, Brentford away, going.
Because you're level-headed, that's why.
It's great. Look, I wanted Newcastle to do the job yesterday. For me, Newcastle showed inexperience.
I'm surprised that they didn't. I had Arsenal 100% not winning that game, and the fact that they went there and won was very impressive. However, I still do believe that you guys have got this under control because you've got the experience. The one thing I would say is that I didn't, and I think Pep agreed in the end. I don't know if I saw his post-match, but it seemed like the penalty situation he wasn't happy with. He wanted Haaland to take it. I would have completely agreed Haaland to take it. Listen, I know Gundagon wants the hat-trick, but at the end of the day, the game is not done at 2-0. We've seen enough teams bottle 2-0 leads before. And it's business at the end of the day. City need to be moving ruthless. If you go 3-0 up, you might get to rest players for the Madrid game. There's loads of things you can do from that point.
The fact Haaland was still on the pitch was because it was only 2-0, not 3-0. Otherwise, Haaland would have been subbed off. And I think Pep's definitely wasn't happy, right? He come out and said, it's fine, I understand, we're over it. But I also think that, do you know what? The way Pep is, he probably wants a reason to every now and again pull Haaland up a little bit and just show him you can improve. And that will be one of the things where he'll go, I get it. It's great you're looking out for your teammate, but business end of the season, mate, no. Right? To be fair, it probably should have been Mahrez taking it. Mahrez was still on the pitch. Mahrez takes a lot of our penalties. So, but it's what it is. I felt for Gundagon because he had a great game, really, really 100% pass rate in that game, right? Unbelievable. And I felt for him that happened because it's just that little, like I said at the start, when we have a really, like Arsenal, when we beat Arsenal 4-1, I was disappointed about conceding a goal. And it's the same in this. Gundagon will be disappointed, however good he was, that happened. And we got it done. We won't remember that game, and we keep moving.
I think on Gundagan, listen, this I don't know if you guys are going to let him go at the end of the season, but this is a player that you just do not get rid of, man. He's too good. He's able to play in the second striker position. He's played in the 8. He's playing in the 6. This guy is just so versatile, such quality, such experience. And the same goes for Bernardo as well, I think, but probably more, again, you probably assume that he's going to be making his move considering it's been 3 summers in a row. These are 2 key players that are versatile, man.
But that's even more. If Bernardo does go, that's even more where we just have to give Gundo a year extension or something because
you can't lose both at the same time, can you?
You can't lose 2 experienced centre mids at the same time. That is, like, if that happens, I'll be very, very worried. We can't do that. We can't let them both go. No way.
Yeah, no, 100%. Coming on to Liverpool. Let me go through these super chats.
So glad we ended the section where we're just telling everyone what they already know.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's why I left you lost. Husam will be bold and might be cooking flawless at the end of the season. Suddenly that 7-0 hits differently, says LJ Brown. What the fuck, Brighton getting piped at home. Again, this is what I'm saying about the Premier League. Nobody had Everton to pick up a result at Brighton in terms of a win, let alone a 5-1 beatdown in the end.
Was it 5-1?
5-1. I mean, I'm lost for words. Like that.
Deserve
hold
hype.
up.
That just doesn't make any sense.
I'm with you on that, Husam. Wait, I just need one question to the chat because, like, I need to actually watch the game. Did McAllister play? That's all I want to know.
Yes, he did. And
he start?
Caicedo did, I swear.
Yeah,
Okay,
Caicedo
because
started.
People been
McAllister
trying to tell
started.
me that he's it and he's the guy and like I should rate him higher and all that. But completely
McAllister
different.
actually scored their only goal, to be fair.
Oh, is it? Yeah. But he just got beat 5 to Everton.
But you think you're gonna get McAllister?
No. It's not quite. No. So what it is on my channel, I said I don't know what levels. I think McAllister's a good player. That's it. And then I was getting criticized heavily for that. My chat was on my case. Say McAllister's this, he's that. How can you say he's just a good player?
You know what the problem is, Flawless? When we saw him in the World Cup, I can lie, he was on some next level shit. And because it's a good indicator, like as in when he's surrounded by talent, he performs well as well. That's the thing. But we will see.
We shall see.
We'll see. I thought he was just good again. That's without going into that. I thought he was just. I'm not saying
in the game against you though, he was unbelievable against
everybody.
You, even
everybody
without the penalty.
Yeah, everybody good against us, man.
Mohammed says Rodri clear of Casemiro. That's another super chat there.
Yeah,
Appreciate
big up
it.
for the super chat, man. Thank you for the donation.
Is Wankhorst still moving like Berbatov flawless? Obviously, that's more Saeed, but
Wankhorst is a crazy name.
I can't comment because I never called him Berbatov. So you got to. I can't pronounce your name, so I don't want to butcher it. But you
have you ever called him Wankhorst?
Never. I don't really do slander names. I don't do slander names of my own players.
Fair.
Family.
Madrista says Daps went to Madrid to watch City lose 3-0.
Yeah,
so obviously a Real Madrid fan there.
Yeah, you're a Real Madrid fan, so you can speak.
Husam called Arsenal champion elect now.
He's
12, man. He is.
I just don't let shit go, man.
I actually let him get the last word and like shut up. Like,
don't fall for the bait, man. Don't fall for the bait.
Husam called Arsenal champion elect now thinks Real Madrid will win. I'm telling you, these predictions are fugazi.
Yeah, and let's say the predictions I got correct as well. Let's stay up here till tomorrow.
Yeah, but you don't. The thing is, your hit rate is so low.
It's my hit rate's actually high. I've actually gotten more right than wrong.
Hit rate?
You just highlight my wrong more.
Yeah, because there's so many of them.
Okay, Matisse, did I or did I not say that Napoli won't be in the semi?
Yes, you can. Listen, you can go and name your ones that are correct. But I can name your ones that are wrong.
Did I not name the semi-final?
Listen, let me tell you. You had a 12-pointer against Manchester United and Arsenal. 12 points. That's
7 goals and 6 points.
That's 4 fixtures you got. That's 4 fixtures you got wrong, right? Off the bat. Home and away of Arsenal, home and away of Manchester United. You said you're picking up 12 points. Easiest 12 points you'll ever get.
Okay, but that's one wrong prediction.
No. It's 4 games. 4 games wrong. All of them.
But I beat Man United. So how's that wrong?
Wait, did you get a result against Arsenal?
Yeah, we drew 2-2.
No, that doesn't count. Right, so 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 wrong. All right.
Hey, listen, we do some prediction analysis some other time, man. But I actually have a good hit rate. Let's not do that.
Fair enough.
Champions League specifically. That's my specialty. Okay, I called the semi-final team for team. You know it. I told you Napoli hype and they got eliminated. Remember.
My reacting to Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Fire content. Like I said, first early YouTube days. YouTube is a very different platform before today. Winter Surfer says I vouch for Husam. I'm the fat guy he speaks to. What?
Big up, man.
Oh, because he's saying about
if you guys need to lose weight, listen, just
okay.
Speak to a fat guy. He'll tell you. He's tried 100 times. I'm telling you right now.
Matt trying to salvage the pathway like Lampard did with Chelsea's season. Listen, he hasn't salvaged shit. We're on 42 points. That ain't no salvage job. That's a disgrace still. But we're just here living life regardless. So Liverpool 1-0. I guess Salah deserves his creds as well. 100 goals at Anfield. I guess he deserves. Listen, in the conversation of Salah, the guy is ridiculous, right? The numbers he's put up is insane. Do you think that any talk of him being the best right winger in the Premier League in terms of team of the seasons and all that, is that fair, or Saka's still got that for you?
Look, first of all, I hate that you started with that question.
Yes, because I have to make it interesting.
Of all, I'm going to speak on Salah, but honestly, the win is unbelievable. The win was great in terms of like, sometimes I like just, fucking 1-0 scrappy ass wins. I love them. But I think we really limited Brentford though. Like Ivan Toney's brilliance was on display fully.
Yeah.
Like if you're someone who doesn't judge football on GA, you watch that Ivan Toney performance, you're like, screw the goals, screw the assist. That man can play football. Ivan Toney is the real deal. Honestly, I swear to God, whoever gets Ivan Toney, the one thing, of course, they're going to be worrying about with the alleged stuff off the court, off the pitch. Bro, this NBA is affecting me flawless. This is the second time I've said off the court today.
Yeah. I do it all the time, man. I be starting games and like, it's just tipped off. Yeah.
This is the fucking third time I've said off the court, bro.
I be like, it's just tipped off and all that, man.
Bro, NBA, get out of my mind, man. Anyway,
I've been there.
If the off the pitch stuff gets sorted, bro, Ivan Toney, I'm gonna give him massive credit. He's real. He's the real deal.
Quality player.
Now, when it comes to Mo Salah, the crazy thing is this is a bad season for him. This is a bad season. He's on 19 goals, third highest top goal scorer, or fourth, if I'm not mistaken, on a bad year, which is insane as well. This is kind of like, it's for me, the two faces of the Prem the last 5 years are him and KDB. There's no others. Like they're the best two. And I look at Mo and I look at it from the perspective of, look, Matisse, the problem is team of the season is voted for before the season ends.
Yeah.
Right? But if Liverpool get top 4 and Mo is on like 22, 23 goals, then he should be the right winger in the team. Like the performances earlier on this season, of course, but if he turned up in this clutch time and he's performing at this level and we get top 4, then he should be in that team. But we have to give respect to Bukayo Saka. I'd say probably overall he's been a lot more consistent throughout the season. But this is, to be honest with you, just giving respect to Mo Salah, because Mo Salah is just an unreal football player. The fact that he's about to hit 20 goals on his bad season is insane. 30 goals, all competitions as well. Before Haaland scored that 5 goals against Leipzig, he was actually the Champions League top goal scorer, which is insane as well. I think for us, the one thing I don't want to happen is for us to, like, you know, for let's say Man United lose 2-3 games and then we end up missing out because we drew a game or something like that. That's what I don't want to happen. So you
want to put the foot on the pedal and go.
Yeah,
right
just listen, just win our games and fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. You know, if Man United lose and they're out of the top 4, fantastic. If Newcastle lose and they're out of the top 4, fantastic. But for me, you know, it's just do our job. I love the fact we kept a clean sheet. Virgil van Dijk was a rock against Brentford as well. Had a phenomenal performance. Fabinho was playing, you know, out of his skin as well. Thought a couple of players really displayed themselves full effect in that game. I think our next 3 games are all winnable. Southampton, last game of the season. By the time we play them, probably relegated. Aston Villa, last home game of the season. You know, at Anfield, I always back us. Our next game, I think, is Leicester away, if I'm not mistaken. And after they just got thumped by Fulham, I doubt maybe we are the team that send Leicester down, you know. So, look, I'm feeling confident for the rest of the season in terms of us winning. I'm just on the lookout for Newcastle, Man United. And I know people might not like this because I'm a Liverpool fan, but it's the truth. I'm actually looking at Newcastle more than Man United, because I think Newcastle have the tougher fixtures. They play Brighton, they play Chelsea, and we need Newcastle as well, like, or Man United, one of them to drop off. And listen, in the words of Pep Guardiola, we will be there. We will be there. So
you're definitely going to beat Aston Villa. You're going to win your last.
Yeah, I think. Listen, the next 3 games, 3 wins. I'm gonna just cut the BS. It's going to be 3 wins. I don't think it's going to be us. It's not going to be about me though, Matisse. The top 4 thing is going to be about the others.
Yeah,
it's about your shit team. Can you beat United? Can you beat Newcastle? That's the question.
Bro, please don't involve us. We are done.
Hey, you're playing them.
We got 40 points. We're finished. That's it.
No. Matisse, don't sell your team short. You got 42 points.
42 points, and you've just seen us go 6 in a row with just nothing but L's. So please, if you're holding out hope on us, then yeah, you've definitely left it too late.
Hey, I'm holding out hope on Wolves and Bournemouth, so it can't be worse.
Yeah, those teams are better than us. But
we'll
anyway.
see what happens. You never know in football.
especially the first. But anyway, listen, we're gonna wrap up because I want Daps to go back to enjoying himself. And of course, we have plenty more to talk about as the season goes on. Everybody in the bottom row handled their business this weekend. I listen.
I'm happy for you, Matisse.
we're washed, but we have safety.
Congratulations,
Do you
Chelsea,
feel-
on staying up.
Do you
Congratulations.
feel like the weight has left your shoulders? and
To
now
be honest, we were never going to get relegated on 39
No,
points,
no,
but
no.
it is kind of funny now that we've crossed 40 points. Now that I've actually got what I asked for in January, so yeah, it is a
In
weight.
May.
Yeah, weight lifted off our shoulder a little bit, but it's just a shocking. I just need the season to end. Quicker the season ends, the better. That's where I'm at. But Flawless, let the people know where to find you, bro. It's been an absolute pleasure. Great show. Top
Big
show.
up for having me as always. Large up Daps. Big up Matisse. You know what I'm saying? Large up Husam. Shout out the chat as well. And that's me, Flawless, people, on Twitter and Instagram. And that's me, Flawless. Sarcasm City TV on YouTube and Twitch as well. Sarcasm City TV on YouTube and Twitch. Obviously, Manchester United content over there. Premier League content discussing the other big six teams as well. And over on the Twitch, got NBA games going on because the playoffs going on. So NBA watch-alongs, courtside commentary podcast where we're going to do previews and recaps of both Eastern and Western Conference finals and the finals as well. So make sure you're following at Sarcasm City TV on YouTube and Twitch, and at Sarcasm City TV across all socials as well. Big up again for having me, Matisse, man. I love this show. I really
Absolute
do,
pleasure, bro.
Yeah,
It's just too good every time. AJ with this super chat, he says Sam's lying. He said Bayern beat City.
I don't recall that, but even if I did, that's 3 from 4, which is 75% in the Champions League. So that's a good record.
I hope you're right on that one. I'm saying I do agree with you though.
Southampton
Relegated already lose.
After I finished, you were like, I agree. You just
No,
say
in
shit
terms
in
of
a
the-
calmer tone. That's the only difference between us.
Yeah, because again, delivery. But that's because we just the polar opposites. Like Matisse is genius for
It's
bringing
fine,
us
it's
together
fine.
on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
He's genius,
opposites
like-
do well together usually.
Yeah.
Southampton is relegated already, losing 2-0.
Let's go, man, because that means Leeds are in the relegation zone. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Mad.
Love that.
I had Leeds, and I think Forest to go down with Southampton in the end. So
I had Southampton,
see.
Leeds, and Everton, but then Everton have just won 5-1 today. So you know.
yeah.
I think
see how,
Everton still go down. I'm gonna be real with you.
let's see how that goes. Husam, let the people know where to find you, bro. Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
Big up for having me. Big up Vlad, who says Husam, props to you fighting here against 3 fronts. Hey, this is just another Monday in my life. Always here, 1v3, ready, locked and loaded.
I don't feel sorry for you, to be honest. You bring it on
If
yourself.
you go to every section, you just see me fighting someone, you know? It is what it is, man. Hey, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, DonHusam6. I'm posting a lot of like gym stuff as well recently. You know, been working real hard. We're here to motivate people. We're here to motivate. That's why I told you.
No, you're here
You
to
need
piss people off. Let's be real.
Hey, on Instagram, I'm
joking.
there to motivate. If you want to, you know, to lose weight, I told you, ask the fat guy. Fat guy over here lost 50 kilograms. So keep working hard, achieving your dreams. These are the spaces as well on Twitter. You can find me that Matisse keeps mentioning. My channel at This Is Football. Today, 11 p.m. UK time, we've got a Liverpool show coming up. Tomorrow, inshallah, we've got the watch along. You'll never walk alone in Spanish. Hala Madrid, why nada más? So we're ready. And, you know, this is Champions League week. So we're going to be watching the Milan derby as well, which is also going to be that game. If you remember, there is an iconic Champions League picture. Flawless might remember this. I said Flawless because he was the only relevant club at the time. There was a picture of like Zambrata and like one of the AC Milan players with the flares in the background, and they're just like, bro, iconic. Inter Milan, AC Milan, all hell's gonna break loose in that game as well. So let's not push that to the side like it doesn't matter. That's an elite game as well. So stay on the lookout.
I like the way you want to talk about
big up for
relevancy.
having you.
Yeah.
And also, let me publicly
Yeah.
say one thing. I waited to do this. You need to understand, Matisse don't invite me on like Liverpool previews, shit like that. He invite the calmer people, which I understand. But I will publicly say,
I have you here. How many times do you want me to see you in 1 week?
listen, you just can't
He
handle
misses
it.
you,
It's
man.
your
That's
problem.
what he's saying, man.
You can't
He's just
handle
saying-
it.
This
It's your
guy,
problem.
this guy wants 2 shows a week.
Yeah.
He wants previews.
Hey, Battle of the North
previews.
2 days a week will be elite. Let me tell you. But anyway, let me just say one thing
I
publicly.
couldn't host two shows a week.
No, give him
Let
a
me
break.
publicly
man.
say this.
Give him a teaser.
And I think Daps would combust.
Congratulations to Matisse on 50,000 subscribers. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Oh shit!
Thank
I'm
you.
proud of
Thank
the
you.
guy.
Thank you.
Well done for him. Comment. Big up to
believe
you
I forgot that.
supporting all. This
Thank you.
guy is the most hardworking bastard I've met my whole life. So big up to him. You know, fantastic job he does on this channel. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share. All the love and support as well to Matisse for the great idea of Battle of the North. That everyone, and I'm sure Flawless and Daps go through the same thing. The comment section is just filled with when is Battle of the North? Where's Battle of the North? When are we gonna do Battle of the North? It's just become an elite show on YouTube. So big up to you, Matisse.
Every Monday.
Congratulations as well on 50K.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Congrats. I have to second that again, man. Just congrats
Appreciate
on 50K. All the work that you do. I can only echo what Husam said with that. Like again, so yo, hey, everybody in the chat. I know you man would have applauded him. Yo, applaud him again because that's no easy feat. You know what I'm saying, whatsoever. So make sure you, I'm saying, give Matisse his flowers, man. Give Matisse his flowers. Yo, Matisse, congrats, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Listen, we keep going, we keep pushing. The lovely thing about YouTube is it never stops, man. There's always greater heights to reach. But that's my brother. You can keep it as short and as sweet as you want. I know you want to get back to the fun. I appreciate you took your time out here to be with us today.
Yeah, and apologies again. I am very drunk, and I checked in with Matisse because I knew what
he did, and I sacrificed myself as well for you
because it could be like with me.
That comments is those comments are
oh, check out the sunburn. That is mad. Listening, all good.
All good.
Big up, man. Big up, man.
Big up.
Anyway, listen, yeah, never a foul. Thanks for having me, and Matisse, salute on 50,000 Real Talk. You deserve it, man. You know, you inspire me, so keep going, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm happy for the 40 points.
Bro, so am I. What do you can't believe, guys? Make sure you subscribe to Never a Foul. Link is in the description. Make sure you subscribe to This Is Football. Link in the description, and Sarcasm City TV. Link in the description. I've definitely sacrificed myself today with that clip because now these men are running up my burner channel. But let me tell you something. I'm about to go find the password in some book somewhere, and when I find that password, that shit is getting locked off. So you got about 10 minutes. You bastards in that chat, and you mods.
I'm having that. I'm screen recording that.
I don't mind that. That's fine. You got 10 minutes. Not even.
Does Skull Thuggery know about that? By the way,
we're gonna wrap up because I got some shit to clean up.
I bet he doesn't. He will do now.
3, 2, 1, start.